Peddling agendas for your masters, he'll do it. Defaming Bharat, he'll do it. Protecting anarchists and terrorists, he'll do it. Justify atrocious crimes, he'll do it. In journalism, maintaining true neutrality is of utmost importance. However, there are some who consistently claim to be neutral but display a bias that can harm their profession's integrity. The so-called preachers or apologists of the leftist ecosystem often struggle to uphold the principles of impartial journalism when they lack support from their backers. A prime example of this is Ravish Kumar. Broadcasting toolkits, saving anarchists, you name it, Ravish Kumar does it with elan. His actions have raised questions about his commitment to unbiased reporting. Ravish Kumar, it seems, is the ideal PR representative of any anti-social group. This was evident once more during the recent clash between Israel and Hamas, where his unwavering support for the Hamas faction was unmistakable and definitely not welcome. So welcome aboard as we understand the impact of Ravish Kumar's actions during the Israel-Hamas conflict and analyze the implications of his stance on the journalistic neutrality. Just a few days after the devastating attacks by Hamas in Israel, Ravish Kumar took to the airwaves to make an astonishing claim. Hamas was not to blame, despite the undeniable evidence of their brutal acts. In a perplexing twist of logic, he shielded the Palestine-based Islamist terror group from condemnation. Whose terrorism should be condemned? Who is the terrorist in this case? There is another question. Who is the victim? He mused, seemingly intent on defending Hamas. He went on to suggest that Israel could not be labeled as a victim of terrorism in the ongoing conflict, citing the support it receives from powerful Western nations. But Ravish Kumar didn't stop there. He introduced a rather bizarre perspective, saying, "We have seen an interesting nomenclature in several writings. One is being called a victim, aka Palestine, and another is being dubbed as the victim of victims, aka Israel. Both of them are accused of terrorism and both are victims. Powerful Israel, accused of occupation in Gaza, is also a victim. It's almost as if he's trying to justify the unjustifiable. If given a chance, this guy could even justify the carnage of the partition of Bharat. Or wait, has he already done it?" Ravish Kumar continued to make a case for Hamas by claiming that the Palestinian terror organization is not as powerful as Israel. Now imagine the plight of those who are weak in front of Israel. Most nations are with Israel and it is still the victim of victims. Not even a handful of countries are with Palestine, he boldly asserted. In an attempt to appease his substantial following of Hamas sympathizers, Ravish Kumar posed a question. Are these countries doing justice by siding with Israel or amplifying terror of Israel in the name of combating terrorism? The YouTuber also insinuated that the Benjamin Netanyahu-led Israeli government orchestrated the attacks on its citizens for political gain. According to Ravish, even a month ago, Netanyahu did not have this level of popular support. Should we leave this question out as to how Hamas intruded into the border of Israel? I'm sure the answer to this question. Ravish Kumar's recent stance during the Israel-Hamas conflict is raising serious questions about his commitment to journalistic integrity and impartial reporting. However, this is not the first time he has engaged in such practices, and Ravish Kumar is far from novice in the domain of propaganda journalism. In a joint effort to achieve dual objectives, Ravish Kumar has targeted several well-known journalists for their alleged failure to ask tough questions to Mr. Gautam Adani, especially during the Hindenburg fiasco. His criticism was primarily directed at Rajat Sharma, an India TV journalist who had recently interviewed Adani. Rajat Sharma posed all the questions that have been circulating in leftist media, including allegations of undue benefits from the Modi government. However, Ravish was unimpressed with these questions and questioned Rajat Sharma's journalistic credentials. Ironically, Ravish Kumar should be the last person to question the credentials of other journalists. He may have won the Magsaysay Award for his antics, but he has long abandoned the fundamental principles of journalism, overshadowed by cynicism towards Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and now operates as a partisan player rather than a nonsense journalist. This is the same individual who endangered the life of an ordinary citizen, Anurag Mishra, to shield Shah Rukh Pathan, a prominent figure in the Northeast Delhi riots. He made it his personal mission to undermine India's efforts in combating the COVID pandemic. From actively shielding the Chinese to mocking India's vaccination efforts, Ravish Kumar's consistent rants and whining have left even novices annoyed. Anurag Mishra is just a small part of a bigger problem. When you take a closer look at the recent violent incidents, you will see a common thread running through all of them. Ravish Kumar. This man has actually tried to justify the violence linked to the Agnipath recruitment scheme. It's alarming how he's willing to condone such acts. In the lead up to the 2019 general elections, Ravish Kumar was an unofficial advocate for Akhilesh Yadav and Mayawati's failed coalition. It's evident he is not just a passive observer, but an active participant in political affairs. Furthermore, he is not hesitant to make a mockery of our armed forces, whether it's in the aftermath of the Uri attack or the Galwan clash. All in the name of questioning Prime Minister Modi, he disrespects the very people who protect our nation. And what's truly baffling is that after all this drama, he still has the audacity to proclaim himself a neutral journalist, waving the flag of independent journalism. Ravish Kumar claims he is fighting for unbiased journalism, but can you recall a single instance where he genuinely demonstrated neutrality without malice? Just one instance. As such, Ravish Kumar's stance during the Israel-Hamas conflict raises serious concerns about journalistic integrity and impartial reporting. His attempt to shift blame and portray a terrorist organization as a victim is a distortion of truth that cannot be ignored.